Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're jumping straight into the market action for May 14th, 2025, using the Grok Trade summary. And wow, it really was a day of contrasts.
It absolutely was. You had the S&P 500 inching up, just 0.13%.
Barely positive.
Exactly. But then the NASDAQ, it showed quite a bit more life, up 0.6%. Tech clearly had a good day.
Okay.
But on the flip side, the Dow Jones dipped 0.23%, and the Russell 2000, the small cap index, that really underperformed, down 0.89%. So yeah, a very split picture.
Right, a split decision. The NASDAQ's rise, well, that seems straightforward with tech strikes, but why the divergence? You mentioned the Dow struggling at its 200-day moving average. That sounds significant.
It is, yeah. That 200-day moving average, think of it as a sort of long-term health indicator for the index.
Okay.
And the Dow bumping up against it and, well, failing to push through clearly, it suggests some real caution, maybe about the outlook for those more, let's say, traditional companies.
And the Russell being even further below that level.
Right. Its weakness, being quite a bit off that 200-day mark, could signal less confidence right now in the growth prospects for smaller companies.
We also saw quite a bit of movement during the day, that intraday volatility, but the end result was, well, not much change overall, lots of chopping around.
Yeah.
What does that signal about the mood?
Yeah, that churning action. It really points towards a cautious, maybe even hesitant market sentiment.
Hesitant, okay.
Traders are clearly reacting to headlines. News pops up, market jumps or dips. But by the end of the day, there wasn't that strong conviction to push things decisively one way or the other.
And that hesitancy likely ties back to trade policy.
I think so, yeah. Those ongoing discussions, they cast a bit of a shadow.
Right, the whole economic picture. We had that news over the weekend, didn't we? The U.S.-China tariff de-escalation.
Yeah.
Seemed positive at first.
It did, and it probably gave sentiment a little boost, coming into the week.
Yeah.
It's interesting how quickly real-world stuff can dampen that optimism.
Like the American Eagle news.
Exactly. American Eagle pulling their 2025 guidance specifically because of tariff challenges. That's a very concrete example. It shows these big trade policies aren't just abstract concepts. They have tangible effects on companies.
Yeah, brings it home.
And that can definitely feed into that broader market unease we were just talking about.
Got it. And then we also had the April inflation numbers.
Yeah.
Came in cooler than expected, 2.3%.
That's right, below estimates. And while a lower inflation number like that tends to shift the narrative a bit.
How so?
Now, the focus really intensifies on what comes next, upcoming economic data, and especially any signals from the Federal Reserve. Everyone's trying to read the tea leaves on growth and, of course, what the Fed might do with interest rates.
Okay, makes sense. Let's pivot a bit. Crypto and precious metals. Bitcoin saw a small dip, but the overall trend still looks pretty positive.
Yeah, Bitcoin was down about 0.63%. It looks more like consolidation, really. Like it's taking a breather after a strong run-up.
So catching its breath.
Pretty much. The underlying upward momentum still seems to be there. If it breaks out of this current range, testing those all-time highs is definitely, on the table.
And metals. Gold and silver took a hit.
They did. Gold down 2.1%, silver down about 2.3%. Pretty significant drops for one day.
And that seems directly linked to that improved trade sentiment we mentioned earlier, doesn't it?
Exactly. When traders feel a bit more optimistic about the economy, about growth, maybe less worried about immediate risks, that traditional safe haven appeal of gold and silver, it just fades a little.
Right.
So you see people rotating out, leading to that selling pressure.
Okay, so wrapping this up. For listeners, whether you're just starting out trading or you've been at it for a while, what are the key takeaways from today's sort of mixed signal environment?
Well, first, definitely recognize the mixed signals themselves. Don't assume the whole market is moving in lockstep. Pay attention to those sector differences, like tech's strength versus the Dow's struggle.
Sector rotation. Okay.
Second, keep a really close eye on upcoming economic data and any trade policy news. Those are likely to be the big drivers of sentiment in the near term.
Right. Data dependency.
And third, for active traders, that intraday volatility. It can present opportunities, yes, but it absolutely demands a clear strategy and, maybe most importantly, solid risk management. Don't get chopped up.
Good advice. And for those looking to maybe sharpen those skills, understanding the technicals, finding setups, managing risk, Grok Trade does have that mentorship program available.
Yeah, and the key there is really the focus on practical application, working with experienced mentors, getting ongoing support. That can be incredibly valuable regardless of where you are in your trading journey.
Absolutely. Okay, so quick recap.
Yeah.
A split day for stocks, Tech leading via the NASDAQ, Dow and Russell showing some weakness. Bitcoin consolidating but still looking bullish overall. And precious metals feeling the pressure from improved trade optimism, even with lingering economic questions.